is up, you guys? I am back and I am feeling very refreshed. I feel like I have been reborn for some reason. I think it's the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. I am kind of freaking out because it's 2016 and that just sounds so crazy to me. Like, I just feel like as I'm getting older, time is going by faster and faster and it's kind of stressing me out. It's making me feel like I need to hurry and go out and do all the things that I want to do before I die. I don't know, it's weird. But hey, I hope that your new year is filled with love and happiness and joy and whatever else you're looking for. Okay, you guys, so for this video, I decided that I would share a very traumatizing experience that happened in my past. Now, this thing kind of haunts me to this day, and it's very scary. Before I fully jump into the story, I just want to say that this is 100% the truth. I am in no way over-exaggerating the scenes or whatever. It's literally so true. All of the events that I'm going to talk about are true. They actually happened. And yeah, so let's get going. Okay, so it all started out when I was 12 years old and I really wanted a cat. Now, my mom hates cats. Like, she despises them. She thinks they're ugly. She's like terrified of them. I'm convinced that she like had a bad past with them and that's why she doesn't like them now, but I don't know. Because of this, I never actually got to have a cat. And I think because I couldn't have a cat, it made me want one even more. So I was like determined. I was determined to get a cat, but I knew that I was gonna have to do it on my own terms because my parents would never get me one. So to add a little image or background to this story, I'm just going to mention that my backyard is backed up to a very big field. Now, this field has like so many different things in it. There's creeks, there's huge trees, there's lots of animals. I've seen like a coyote back there. I've seen a fox before. I have seen so many raccoons, so many squirrels. There's just a lot of different animals doing their thing, doing whatever animals do. So one day I got a brilliant idea. A really fucking good idea. So I called up my best friend Monica, who was also my neighbor at the time, and was like, hey girlie, come on over. Monica, being the down-ass bitch that she was and still is today, came right on over. 2 minutes later, my doorbell rang. I opened the door and I sat down Monica on the couch and I was like, listen, we're gonna go catch a cat. Now, at the time, I had never seen any stray cats in the field before. I just figured that because there's a lot of different types of animals that live in the field, there might be a cat. So after I explained the situation to Monica, she agrees and we go into my backyard. Now, I had like a ladder that was over my fence that allowed for us kids to, you know, climb over the fence using the ladder and go into the field. But anyway, so me and Monica hop the fence and, you know, start looking for any signs of cat. When I say any signs of a cat, I literally mean it. I was like on the floor looking for like fecal matter or like paw prints. I was feeling like Dr. Dolittle. Is that the guy's name that like talks to animals? Yeah, I was feeling like him. Okay, it's also important to add that there is like a creek that separates one side of the field from the other. So like in order to get to the other side of the field, you would have to go down this very steep ditch and then cross the creek, which is like normally very shallow water. Like you could just walk across it and then you'd have to climb back up the ditch and then you're on the other side of the field. So after no luck of finding a cat on that side of the field that we were on, we decided to cross the creek and go on the other side of the field. So, you know, us being kids, we go down that steep little ditch, cross the little creek, climb up the ditch, and we're on the other side. We keep on looking, and at this point, me and Monica are both so emotionally invested in this cat that there was just no going back. This is when the story like starts to, you know, roll. After like 30 minutes of looking for a cat on that side of the field, I swear, a light shined down right onto this cat. Lord behold, there was a cat there and me and Monica both freaked the hell out. We like ran over to it and surprisingly it didn't run away. I remember I was like hyperventilating. I was so excited. I was so eager to just catch this cat and take it home. I'm not gonna lie, like the cat looked about 87% dead. Like it was probably on its deathbed. It like wouldn't move and it like, its fur was all matted up and it just did not look very good. But you know what, at this point, beggars can't be choosers. I was just happy that it was a fucking cat. I wasn't gonna let the fact that the cat was sick or half dead stop me from pursuing my dream of getting a freaking cat. So me and Monica look at each other and we're like, okay, who's gonna catch it? Like, who's gonna touch it? Now, I knew for a fact my ass was not gonna put my hands on that cat. It looked like it had rabies or some shit, so I was like, Monica, you do it. And Monica stood her ground and she was like, no, like, you're the one that wants a cat, so you should be the one, you know, picking it up. I was like, shit, you know, like, she has a point. So I came up with another idea to go back home and, you know, get gloves and get towels and get like wet tuna, and Monica would stay there with the cat and wait for me to come back. So I was like, Monica, stay here. I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna go, you know, get supplies. So Monica agreed and I started walking back. As I'm walking back home, Monica calls out my name and she's like, Brett. I turn around and I'm like, bitch, what? What? I'm trying to go home and get the supplies that we need to catch this stupid cat. And I still remember her exact words. They were, quote, I scooted closer and the cat went into the bush. I was livid. I was pissed, I was upset, I was frustrated. At this point, I just wanted to go home and cry because I was so upset with Monica. So I was a pretty mean kid, like I'm not gonna lie, I was very bossy with my friend. So when Monica told me that she scooted closer and the cat went into the bush, I threw a fit. I was like,
Monica, you ruined my life, like why are you doing this to me? This is my one opportunity and you ruined it, you totally blew it. It is all your fault. This is all your fault and I never want to be your friend again.
She was like, Brett, like we can still catch it, calm down, take a deep breath, go home, get the supplies, I'll stay here by the bush and keep an eye out. And I was like, fine, like, okay, whatever, you're right. So this is like the climax of the story. So if you have any guesses on like what's about to happen, please feel free to leave your comments down below because I'm very curious to hear what you guys are thinking. So I turned around and I started walking back. Now I was probably a yard away from Monica when I hear her say something. Are you alive, sir? I turn around and I'm like, girl, what? What did you just say? Like, I was like, did I hear wrong? Like, I did not comprehend. I turn around, Monica is like, half of her body is in the bush. She was watching the cat, as mentioned. So she like crawled into the bush and half of her body, like the front of her body, like her head was in the bush, like kneeling down into the bush. All of a sudden, and this is when I completely shit myself, and this is like the climax of the story. All of a sudden, I hear a voice, and the voice was very dark. It was very scary. It was very angry. And the voice says, yes, I am very much alive. Oh my God. So Monica screams, and I scream too, not even knowing what I'm screaming at. I just start screaming, and I start running without Monica. I totally just left her in the dust. I was like, girl, call me when you get back home, like we can hang out later, but right now I gotta go. The only thing I cared about was my own safety, which is very, very, very selfish of me. 12-year-old me was ruthless. At this point, I had no idea what exactly I was running away from. I just knew that it was terrifying. So I kept running until I was like a safe distance away from that stupid bush. And Monica eventually catches up to me and she's like, Brett, like slow down, like hold up, like wait. She comes up to me, she's out of breath and she's like,
keep running, he's chasing us.
Bitch, what? I see this homeless man come running around the corner. He is chasing us. He has a very hostile and angry look in his eyes and I just booked it. I grabbed Monica's arm and I was like, bitch, we gotta run. We ended up running for like 15 minutes until the guy eventually gave up. We like went home a different route so he wouldn't know where we lived. We were very, 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 very scared. Keep in mind that we were 12, so we were like legitimately terrified. And that's when it clicked. Like once we stopped running, I started thinking about, I was like, why would that guy chase us? That cat, that sick cat that was laying outside that bush was his cat. And we were trying to take it, and I guess that's why he was mad. I just remember me and Monica looking at each other once we got home like, bitch, like never again. It was very, very scary, and that story is forever embedded into my mind. I thought I was gonna die, but yeah, that's the story. I don't know if that's like melodramatic, like not very interesting, but I thought it would be fun to share with you guys. All I wanted was a cat, and all I got in return was being chased by a very scary homeless guy who was out to get us. However, this story does have a happy ending because 7 years later, I ended up getting my very own cat. So this is Penny, and she is my little angel. She is my everything. She's a little mad at me because she was just sleeping, but say hi real quick, Penny. And surprisingly, my mom, who literally despised and hated cats growing up, actually likes her and enjoys her company, so everything worked out in the end. See guys, dreams do come true. And that concludes my story time for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys liked this type of video and would want to see more, please give this video a big thumbs up, as well as leaving a comment down below telling me your favorite part, or just telling me any other ideas that you guys want to see me make videos about. As always, you guys, I hope you guys have a really good rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye guys! Say bye, Penny! She's looking at me like she wants to kill me.